We will talk about pollution in a series of videos. In this video, we will talk about what is pollution, natural pollution and its examples, man-made pollution and its examples, water pollution, its causes, effects and remedies. You must have seen videos showing many positive environmental changes during this lockdown, like ozone layer has started healing. The water of Ganga and Yamuna river is now clearer than ever. We can see big flocks of flamingos migrating because of less human activity near the creek region. Endangered humpback dolphins were spotted near Bandra Worli Sea Link in Mumbai. We can see the India Gate in Delhi more clearly than ever before. Dauladhar Mountains, which are part of Himalayan ranges, are visible from Jalandhar, Punjab due to less air pollution. And these are just few examples. Lot of good environmental changes have occurred around the world. But all of these show one thing very clearly, that we humans have deteriorated our environment with our activities very much. We have polluted our natural resources. That's why today we are going to talk about pollution. And we will be looking at water pollution, soil pollution, air pollution, and noise pollution. So, what are the natural pollutants? The pollution of any environment is caused as a result of any natural activity is known as natural pollution. The agents are called as natural pollutants. For example, if you look at volcanic dust, it pollutes the air with harmful aerosols and poisonous gases, and its effects can be seen even thousands of miles away. So let's do a little activity. Make a list of all natural pollutants that are affecting our environment. Now that we have an idea of what is natural pollution, let's look at man-made pollution. Any man-made activity because of which the environment is harmed is man-made pollution. So what can be such activities? Let's look at them. Industrialization. As we build bigger and bigger factories, we are polluting air and water at a greater extent. Urbanization is causing the deforestation of areas. Increase in personalized transport is increasing the percentage of harmful CO2 and other harmful gases in the air, and demand of more and more fuel. Use of single-use products, chiefly made of plastic, is increasing the water pollution to the very great extent. Burning of fossil fuels and use of atomic energy plants is also putting a lot of pressure on environment. Can you all guess what are the polluting agents in these activities? As you can see in the image, these are atomic plants. These atomic plants use elements like uranium, thorium. These elements emit radiations which are harmful. Let's do one more activity. In this activity, you have to collect all the possible things in your house which can be harmful to the nature. In this, they can be single-use products, they can be plastic bottles, plastic bags, anything which can harm the environment. If you do not use them wisely, or if you do not recycle them, reuse them, they can end up in the ocean polluting the water. So you have to collect all such elements, make a list of it, and think about how you can reuse or recycle them, or maybe replace them with better environmental friendly products. We will look at different types of pollution one by one as we go on now. Okay, now tell me, have you ever been to the seashore before? Isn't it just wonderful? But what if you go to the seashore and you look at the fishes dead like this? Why do you think this has happened? Yes, because water was polluted. Let's see what is water pollution and let's find out why these fishes are dead. So, what is water pollution? We say water is polluted when it is unclean or poisonous due to mixing of natural or artificial unwanted material like plastic, oil, or industrial waste and other such things. There are three different types of pollutants which can pollute our water. First is biological pollutants, second is inorganic pollutants, and third is organic pollutants. Now let's look at all of these pollutants one by one. What are biological pollutants? There are different types of small organisms which can pollute the water. For example, parasites such as helminthes, which can be present in the water, and if we drink such water, we can get diseases such as cholera, typhoid, dysentery, and even diarrhea. The second type of biological pollutant is algae. When the algae grows uncontrolled in a water source, it uses lot of oxygen dissolved in water, which harms other organisms in the water to a great extent. It forms layer on the water surface because of which sun rays cannot pass down in the water. This affects the photosynthetic organisms living in the water source. The third type of water pollutant is bacteria, like E. coli, Salmonella typhi, which can cause typhoid fever, can also be present in the water. And the fourth type is virus. These viruses include adenovirus, astrovirus, hepatitis A and E, retrovirus, and other such viruses. These are classified as having a moderate to high significance level by WHO, that is World Health Organization. The second type of pollutants are inorganic pollutants, such as suspended soil particles or dust particles, which can be really harmful to the organisms in water. These solids can clog the gills of the fishes, which can reduce their growth or even cause the deaths. They can also affect the amount of light entering in the water. The next type of pollutant is salt precipitates. When the salt contained in the water is very high, we call it hard water. When we use such water in farming, it can clog the root zones of the crops and affect the aeration of the crops. Some type of salts are even toxic in nature. Small amount of metallic compounds can be toxic to all kinds of organisms. It can harm the growth of microorganisms. It can also be fatal to fishes, crops, and even us humans. Few radioactive elements can be present in water due to dumping of radioactive waste from such plants or labs. It can cause serious issues if present in large quantities, affecting every organism from bacteria to humans. The third type of pollutants are organic pollutants, such as different types of insecticides, chemical fertilizers, weedicides. All of these contain high amount of chemicals in them, and when used in a large quantity, It can seep into nearby water sources. The high chemical content can harm the life in water. Another type of organic pollutants are sewage water or even industrial effluents, which are released in water bodies untreated. They may contain lot of harmful chemicals and biological pollutants as well. They pollute the water to very great extent. Now that we know the type of pollutants, we can categorize them in two parts: natural pollutants and man-made pollutants. So let's see from the above what are the natural pollutants. Aquatic weed is a natural pollutant. We have seen this earlier. Next is soil erosion. As we talked earlier about suspended soil particles, the soil erosion can cause lot of soil particles to enter in the water. We have also talked about microorganisms in the biological pollutants. Decomposing matter of plants and animals in water can release toxic material and microorganisms contaminating the water body. Now you know what are natural pollutants. Can you guess what are man-made pollutants? Yes. So now we will do a small activity in which I will show you four different pictures which are of man-made pollutants. You have to write down their names in your notebooks. So keep your pen and pencils ready and let's start. First image, second image, third image, fourth image. I hope you all have written down all of the answers. Now you can write these answers in the comment section below. Let's see who can guess all the correct answers of these man-made pollutants. Okay, let's do one more fun activity. Let's make water filter. You can use whatever is available at your home to make this water filter. I will tell you what I have used: grass, strainer, cotton cloth, paper towel, contaminated water, gauze, and paper cup. Well, I have used such things and I will show you two types of water filters I can make from this. You can add or subtract some items as available at your home. So the basic things you have to remember in this water filter activity is that water has to pass through smaller and smaller pores as possible to remove more and more particles. So I will show you the first type of water filter now. In this I have taken a tissue paper and I have put it in a strainer, as well as I have taken some grass and I am putting it in the strainer as well. Now take your contaminated water and put through that sieve. Now let's see the results. Okay, so this is the first type of water filter. Okay, so this is the second type of water filter. In addition to grass and paper towel, I will be adding gauze. Gauze is something we use to dress our wounds. So it has lesser pore size. I will be adding two layers of this gauze. Now let's put through our contaminated water. You can add more things like cotton balls or cotton cloth to further reduce down your pore size. Let us know when you make the water filter at your home. The result. So this is my final result. The image on the left you see is the normal contaminated water taken at the start, and the image at the right which you see is after passing it through all the filters. Now remember that even if we have put it through the filter, it is not safe to drink this water. You can use it to water your plants. But can you tell me what are the factors which are still contaminating this water? Why cannot we drink this water? Okay, make your filter. Let us know how you have made your filter, and also tell us what are the factors which are still contaminating this water. Now we know the causes of water pollution. Now let's see the effects of water pollution. When we drink the polluted water, it can make us fall sick. We may get diseases like cholera, hepatitis A, typhoid, dysentery, and even malaria. Not only humans, but the environment around us get affected with the polluted water. As the plant take up polluted water, it can cause their growth to slow down. Many plants may die due to contaminated water, resulting in loss of species. As the salt contains and other elements increase in water, it can affect the aquatic ecosystems as well. The decrease in dissolved oxygen and increase in toxicity can cause deaths of sea animals. The birds and other big animals which feed on them also get affected by this. It can also change the color and odor of water and sometimes even taste of it. Now let's look at the things we can do to stop the water pollution, because as we know, water is very important part of our everyday life, and it is our duty to save this water. In order to save our water from pollution, we don't always have to do something big. Even small things or small changes in our day-to-day life can make big differences. Do not keep the water running while brushing or washing dishes. Do not take long showers. Showers waste more water than any other activity we do every day. We can segregate our waste, reduce the use of plastic materials, recycle as much as we can. Do not throw the garbage in water bodies. Do not even let other people throw garbage in the water bodies. Volunteer for organizations which clean the rivers or beaches. Educate other people around you to create less and less waste possible. If we don't control the pollution and keep throwing plastic waste in the sea, you will soon see this. We will soon have more plastic in ocean rather than sea animals. This is all we have for this session. In next session, we will talk about air pollution, causes, effects and remedies on air pollution. Thank you.